Welcome to Crypto News. Today is September 2nd, 2025, and the top cryptocurrency news is as follows. We will start today's episode directly with the Bank of China, which may want its own stablecoin. Let's say that the Bank of China stock has registered a 6.7% increase. The reason is that local media is reporting that the bank is preparing to issue a request for a stablecoin license. The bank has not responded to any requests, but we know that it will issue its own stablecoin. The only thing we don't know is when. Continuing, we will see the adoption of cryptocurrencies, which is constantly increasing day by day. We will now look at RAK Properties, one of the largest real estate companies in the United Arab Emirates. It will start accepting cryptocurrencies for real estate. It will start with Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Tether, and theoretically expand to other cryptocurrencies. As we said, adoption is increasing. Moving on to our financials, we saw $2.48 billion in inflows into the cryptocurrency market since last week. The largest inflows were into Ethereum, not Bitcoin, as Ethereum saw $1.4 billion. For Bitcoin, the inflows were $748 million. Moving on, Metaplanet made an $11,200,000 purchase. It bought 1,009 BTC and now holds a total of 20,000 BTC. Meanwhile, Strategy now meets all the requirements to enter the S&P 500, and it is said that the decision could be made by Friday. This may or may not be positive for its share price. However, Strategy is expected to enter the S&P 500, and this will help it significantly in terms of advertising and investments. Moving on, we'll move on to a Bitcoin whale who owns $11 billion in Bitcoin. In recent days, he's been selling some of his Bitcoin, and with his latest purchase of $216 million, he now owns $4 billion in Ethereum, surpassing SharpLink Gaming. Let's just say we don't know if it's an individual or an entire company making these purchases. But what is certain is that these entities are buying a lot of Ethereum these days. Moving on, we'll move on to World Liberty Finance, Mr. Trump's DeFi coin, which has been launched. The first thing we know is that this cryptocurrency is starting to trade on exchanges with a valuation of over $30 billion. Its valuation is now lower. We also learned that the Trump family's stake in World Liberty Finance has reached $6 billion. The president's family owns 22.5 billion World Liberty Finance tokens, almost a quarter of the total supply. If you're interested in learning how this coin got its start and all the ups and downs with the price, I've got that article down below in the sources. Let's be a little cautious, because 27% of the coin has already been released to the market, so there will be more unlocks. Moving on, let's move on to Sonic, which is making a big move into America. Sonic Labs, the team behind the Layer 1 blockchain Sonic, has received community approval to issue a 200 million S token to expand into the US stock markets. The vote closed on Sunday with 99.99% in favor, and the company plans to allocate $100 million to the S token to create a strategic investment vehicle for a NASDAQ vehicle, a kind of private equity in public funds, and $50 million will be allocated to an ETP that tracks the S token, which will be issued by a regulated leading ETF provider with over $10 billion in assets. The fund will be overseen by BitGo. Sonic sees that there is institutional interest, so instead of waiting for it to come, it will do it itself for its coin to go and help the price, you know? And for our latest news, let's go to Ethereum. Here we learned that the Holsky testnet is going to shut down. This is a very typical thing that Ethereum does, shutting down its testnets. And it's something we already knew would happen. Let's say the testnet will be shut down 2 weeks after the Fusaka upgrade is complete, a very big upgrade that we are expecting, which is expected to happen in the second half of September. And if all goes well, then this testnet will be shut down and more will start. Now we want to go to our favorite cryptocurrency market with Bitcoin at $109,000. Our support seems to have held and the price is above it. And the best news is coming for Ethereum, which Ethereum on exchanges has fallen to levels that we have not seen since 2016. As you can see, this blue line has reached the 2016 level for Ethereum on all exchanges. Then came the 2017 rally, so many say that there is a correlation between these two events. Obviously, we can't be sure if the same logic will be followed as before. However, it is positive and helps the price rise when you see fewer cryptocurrencies on the exchanges, because it means that more people are buying, as we say in crypto news. That wraps up the top news for crypto. Today is September 2nd, 2025. I'd like to remind you that the content you just watched is created for educational purposes only and should not be considered as investment advice, but rather as investment opinion. Please subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and feel free to comment. Take care, everyone, and have a good day.